and rain, how I could cry when it left, how I would beg for it to come home. I would love it. With an essence of expectancy, every poem is the birth of a baby's beginning, a bubbling excitement on the first day of kindergarten, an ode to elementary school, and into 8th grade, a startling new insight to the admission that everyone is now older and bigger than you. Every poem is a birthday, a new age of expression, a sweet 16. Every poem is the beginning of adulthood, the hint of marriage and nudge of divorce. It is the life we'll live. Every poem is a death, an end of a beginning, a euphemism of life. It is a tombstone eulogizing a song. It is a farewell to Coltrane's arms, Hemingway, saxophone, and candor. It is Rippleton's leaves of lamenting grass, Whitman's loving you, almost as much as that old man of the sea. It is the Trumpeter's B comes. The who are you, the little eyes hinders, holidays that kindly stop for me. It is the smooth silence of Dickinson in the moonlight when she was the first boy who asked her to be his girlfriend. When she shrugged and said, sure. When she remembers how much her father's belly reminded her of a planet, how his imposing frame stood patiently awaiting her adolescence, yet never had the audacity to wait for a heart, an unconscious row of underground tunnels and finger painting. It is a half-loved night, an epileptic moment of the boards of heathenism, a black marble morning of forgotten pre-K promises. I will always be your friend and peace, for every poem is a tombstone eulogizing lost lovers, a moment, a milestone, carefully carved marble, a life of remembrance. I remember all the trees in my neighborhood used to have. When the maples and the oaks swayed to the gentle breeze, when you could see the silence, when you could hear the cultivation quiet, when the sweet iced tea didn't leave such a bitter taste on my tongue. I remember how I slept with the freight train of the world's anguish. It was soundless, soothing. I remember how cloud would take me, how all the sun setting distracted me from destruction. The most beautiful thing in that moment's existence, I moved over that day, repeating the process of interrogation over and over and over again. Every poem is a tier of repetition, a repeated sequence of whys and question marks, a ridiculous rendition of master plans and motives. It is an effect caused by means and reasons as graceful as water in the shallow end of a kiddie pool. Every poem is a paradox, wrapped in oxymorons, sprinkled with hypocrisy and smothered in contradictions. It is a lie of a lie, the truth of a promise. It is the sound of falling, the smell of the jump, the taste of the crash of the fault lines of the earth. Every poem is the apocalypse of friction. It is the finishing, the finally the framework of finality that salvation cannot be fished for in the seas of others, that when everything goes boom, to stand there, sauntering on a dusty road, watching, waiting, as everything you love burns to the ground. You're left to stand there, finishing the sentences of your broken heart. Every poem is a sadness, one that rips away the remnants of your happiness, leaving it empty and barren. It's a crater in the mountains of your souls, waiting to be filled again. Every poem is an end. Every poem is a 16-year-old girl. Every poem is a milestone of movement, a reminder not to move on from, but over her end. Every poem is the paradox of remembrance. I remember how I could cry when it left, how I would beg for it to come home, how I could only love thunder and rain now. I can only respect it